One of the most common questions from a new or recently new slot car enthusiast slash hobbyist slash racer is how do I make my car stay on the track better? And the truth is, it's your finger. You have to learn to drive better. It doesn't matter what scale of car, HO, 143rd, 132nd, 124th. Doesn't matter whether you're running magnet cars on a plastic track with steel rails, or if you're running non-mag cars on the same kind of track, or if you're running magnet or non-magnet traction cars on a wood track. None of that matters because any car you put on the track can get around the track without crashing if you slow down early enough for the turn and don't go too fast in the turn and don't accelerate too soon before you exit the turn. Uh, it doesn't matter what kind of car. It all boils down to that simple truth. It's in your trigger finger. And I encourage you, if you have a car that you feel like it's just terrible, and you really, really want to do something to the car in order to make it stay on the track better, instead of modifying the car, challenge yourself to get around the track without crashing. Not going super fast, just get around the track without crashing ever. And then go a little bit faster without crashing, and then go a little bit faster without crashing. No matter how badly the car drives, if it's sliding all over the place or tips over easily or whatever the driving issue is, challenge yourself to do that because that's the primary part. It's at least half of the game of slot cars is staying on the track without crashing. Uh, then you're going to want to obviously improve the handling of the car, make it more consistent, and one might say a little bit easier to drive. Now, we can go down the rabbit hole on any number of videos on this, but when it comes down to it, it's pretty much all about traction. And traction is essentially the friction between the tires of your car and the track surface itself. And there's usually the best first step is to change the tires to something more appropriate for whatever track you're riding on. A lot of people will immediately go to silicone tires, which is fine. There are pros and cons to every kind of tire. And silicone on pretty much any surface works really well. Um, doesn't play well with rubber tires on the same surface. Rubber tires will work better after they've been used on the track for a while and the track is rubbered in. Uh, and similar to urethane tires, the main thing with tires is not which one is necessarily better than the rest, it's that they don't really play well together. So when you're looking at tires, consider what other tracks you might be racing on with what other kind of cars and racers, what they use on their tracks. If you ever go and race with them, or you want them to come race with you, using the same kind of tires is generally the better option than choosing whatever you think is maybe the most convenient or the best choice for your track. They're all gonna work okay as long as you get something that's more suitable to your track. Stock tires on most cars, especially toy cars like Carrera and Scalextric and SCX and some other brands, um, generally are harder tires because they're including traction magnets for traction, and the tires need to last a long time because they're a toy, and kids will really wear them out. Better tires tend to be a softer compound, and so they're going to wear out a little bit faster. But we're not going to get into specific tires and for specific pros and cons of that. But once you train yourself to focus on keeping the car on the track, regardless of how well the car drives, in your opinion, or in fact, look, there certainly can be terribly driving cars, but they can be kept on the track no matter what, no matter how bad they are. So focus on that and then take steps to improve. the consistency and the quality of the car on the track as it goes around. Now, this is just one video. This is my opinion. Of course, I have, several years of experience, racing with kids and clubs and whatnot, and of course, lots of experience from my friends online and on the Worldwide Slot Car Chat. So there's plenty more information where this came from. If you want more, go ahead and put a comment and ask whatever you'd like me to address. We're going to try to keep it simple. We're not going to go into super high, and detail like sometimes happens on the Worldwide Slot Car Chat with, rotational mass and physics and all that kind of stuff. We're going to keep it simple. But if there's something you want to hear from me about, put it in the comments and I'll do another video. Otherwise, make sure you like and subscribe and all that jazz, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.